Piece is the very first piece I ever did.
Gina's always creating. I don't know when you're not creating, unless you're sleeping.
Yeah, well, even then I have dreams.
Good morning. I am off to go visit my friend Gina, who is an artist, an incredible artist. And I'm going to ask her, I haven't asked her yet, but I hope she doesn't mind, and I hope she'll say yes, but I'm going to ask her if we can have a tour of her studio. I'm going to pick up some art that people have ordered that live closer to me, that I'm the delivery person. I'm also getting to have lunch with her and a wonderful visit. And I'd like to ask her a few questions about being an artist. It kind of made me think about Mr. Rogers and how he used to interview people and introduce people to you. And I'd like to introduce Gina to you. However, you've already met her if you've watched my channel for some time, because she's been in, I'm going to say at least 3 videos, maybe more. We have a fun time together, and so come join me. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot to say, welcome to the Wild West. I am Tracy. I'm so glad you're here, and I would love it so much if you would subscribe to get me closer to my goal, and also thumbs up and watch the video and maybe share. Watching all the way through is great. My watch hours are not so great. I gotta get, maybe I'm just boring, I don't know, but I'm working on it. In the meantime, I'm meeting some wonderful people, really nice, good-hearted people, and that's been my favorite part, is the community. So anyway, I'll see you there. Oh yeah, and she also cuts hair. She's gonna trim my bangs, so I'm gonna have some bangs at the end of the day. I'm here, I'm at the studio, and there's Gina! Woo! All right. We're here. We're going to start with the bangs.
Yes.
Do the bang cut, and then we're going to do a tour, and then I'm going to ask Gina a few questions.
Okay.
All right.
I'm ready.
All right, Gina.
Yes.
When did you first know you were an artist?
I would say my first memory of being an artist was as a little girl. My dad bought me an antique desk with a fold-down top and had all these little compartments in it. I think it was called a secretary, but not the kind that's like a big tall one, like just a desk one. I still have it today. And I would sit at that desk for hours drawing and drawing and drawing. And I would bring my work to my parents and show them. And it was about that time that my dad started critiquing my work, which really ticked me off because I didn't want to be critiqued. But just I would almost get in trouble to come out and be with the family because I couldn't stop drawing.
Oh yeah.
So I would say that's my first memory.
That's a very long time ago. Not that long ago.
No, it is a long time ago.
All right, let's talk about how you pick and choose your mediums, because I notice, and I know, you have lots of different mediums.
I do.
So let's talk about it.
So one of my next challenges that I did was I became a wood carver. And that was inspired by going out to lunch with a girlfriend at Monterey Bay Canners. And if you can recall that restaurant, they had all kinds of carved fish everywhere. And I thought, I want to do that. I can do that. Oh, wow. And I came home and asked my dad what he could tell me about wood carving. He gave me my grandfather's hand tools, which I still have today, and I want to show you. So these are the tools. Wow. Now this one in particular has been a bit beat down because when I do my wood piece, I draw it out and then I outline with this particular straight tool. And then the other tools allow me different effects, which I can show you in other pieces. But these were my grandfather's.
That's so awesome.
And then there's this one. homage to my dad, if you will.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
These were wood pieces that were really inspired by an artist online, and I kind of ran with them my own way. So when you open them,
oh gosh, these are great. Tell me what inspired you to do ceramics.
Yeah, so I started doing ceramics to learn patience.
Oh, wow.
There is a process with ceramic work where you make something or you throw it. I am not a potter, I'm a builder and sculptor. But you make it, it has to go on the shelf and dry. And then once it's dried, it gets a first fire in the kiln. And then after the first fire, you bring it back and you glaze it. And then it goes back into the kiln to be the finished product. Once you get the feeling for playing with mud, it's hard to stop because it is a wonderful medium for creativity. And as a builder and sculptor, you can see I run wild with it.
I love it.
Yeah, it's very
I'm
fun.
honored to have many of your ceramic pieces in my home.
Thank you. It's a labor of love for sure. I love it. Absolutely love it.
Back at the greenware shelf, and Gina's going to tell us a little bit about these spots.
So when the ceramics dry on the shelf, you want to give it something that it can shrink on. And often, because these are metal shelves, the paper will become rusted, and I just can't throw it away because it's beautiful. So let me show you what I do with it.
Yeah, I want to see.
This is a series I started called Paintings on Rusted Paper. And I just take the paper and paint on top of the rusted paper.
Wow, Gina, that's awesome.
Isn't that fun?
Yeah, it's
Who would have
super
thought?
cool. Well, you.
So many ideas.
So yeah, once again, your name is very fitting. Tell me some of the other mediums you do.
What don't I do?
I know,
really. So in my spare time, when I am just not doing wood carving, ceramics, painting, jewelry making, hair, because hair is another medium for me, I like to tinker with watercolors. So these are some that I've done just because it passes the time.
Oh my gosh. Gina's always creating. I don't know when you're not creating, unless you're sleeping.
Yeah, well, even then I have dreams.
Yeah, I bet. I imagine you would.
Yeah. So
because you have so many ideas.
I am so many ideas.
I love it.
Yeah, so it's fun.
All right, so we've talked about your wood carving, your paintings, your ceramics. Let's talk about your glasswork, your mosaics.
So glasswork was really a fluke because how many more neat things do I need to do? But I was working in a studio and this woman was a stained glass artist and I was asking her, how can I get started in that? What do you need? And she said, you know, Gina, I think you'd be a good candidate for mosaic because you have more freedom in your glass cuts. You're not soldering and you can do that just glass on glass. And that's how it started. And she gave me a box of scrap, which I'll show you what scrap is. And I ran from there. I went crazy and I couldn't stop. And I still can't stop.
I know.
I've done residential windows. I've done transom windows. I've done little pieces, big pieces, you name it. I love it. It is another passion of mine to do the mosaics.
And on my channel, everyone gets to see them often hanging in my kitchen.
Let me show you the very first one.
Oh, that would be great.
This is the very first piece I ever did. And you can see clearly, although it's beautiful in the light, my cuts are horrible. A lot of it was broken and then put on, and my grout lines are way too thick. And if you compare this very first one to perhaps...
Oh my gosh, I know.
This one.
Oh my gosh, look at the detail and the very like thin lines.
Yes.
And It's amazing. And all the teeny little intricacies.
All hand cut.
Yeah,
Nothing
like
has been bought other than the sheets of glass themselves.
It's so amazing.
But I learned a lot along the way. My very first one I ever did. I kept it.
I love it.
So when I purchase the glass, I buy it at a wholesale house. You have to have a license in order to purchase in bulk, but I buy the sheets of stained glass. I use my tools. And the most important thing when working with glass is you save all of your scrap. Even the things that you think I'll never use that, you will find me digging in the bucket for the smallest of pieces that I know is what I need to finish or complete a piece. So the larger scrap is saved and it's all used.
And we were able to go on a field trip with Gina and go to this warehouse, and it was actually very fun, and there's a video about it. What are we doing next, Gina?
Well, this completes the So Many Ideas studio tour, but come along. I'm taking you to a neighboring city with triangle trees.
Triangle trees. Kind of like gumdrops.
Yeah. They look like
wow, look at that. We made it to the triangle trees.
Rusty red.
Until next time, peace, love, and keep going.
Rusty red on her shoulder, I was cleaning her shoe when it clicked on the trot over in the back.